the October 2024 six-sack, and a big box of the new. Let's not waste any time. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for taking the time to click onto the video. You are watching Crooked Hooks Fishing, and we have got a six-sack opening and a brand new bait drop from 6 Cents that I managed to get a hold of. And trust me, anyone who's into big blow-ups on topwater is going to absolutely love this. Few things to take care of first. First of all, thank you so much for all the support lately. The channel is growing very, very well. Views are up, subscribers are up, and I couldn't be happier. Thank you so much. If you're new to the channel, welcome back after your first visit. Thanks for taking the time to subscribe to the videos. And remember, guys, only about 12% of you at this point watching the videos are actually subscribed to the channel. If those of you that are watching, you know, leave a like, leave a subscribe if you could, if you want to see some more local fishing content and tackle reviews and unboxings and that sort of thing. By all means, please leave a subscribe, hit the thumbs up button, and hit that notification bell, and that way you'll know when the new videos are dropping. To all those that are new to the channel, thank you again, and welcome to our little group. One thing, complete side note, I did want to point out and give props to my buddy Remy Kerouac. He's a buddy of mine in our fishing group in Kayak Bass Canada, and he did up this awesome Crooked Hooks fishing plaque. We just had a regular meetup, the boys, prior to a tournament, and he gifted me this, and that really meant a lot. So Remy, thank you very, very much. This will be a staple of the channel going forward. I find a way to get her into the thing here without knocking it over. Maybe it's better over here. Yeah, I'll put her over there. That way I can get my hands out here. No offense, Remy. I want it front and center, but hey, you got to do what you got to do. So, as the intro suggested, we have the October 2024 six-sack, and I'm telling you, this box of baits is going to be absolutely fire. But we're not going to waste any time. We're going to get right into the October 2024 six-sack because it's been a while coming, and the November one is going to be on its way very, very soon. So, we're going to get right into it right off the bat, not going to beat around the bush. We're going to start with a plastic. The 4-inch whale. This is the whale swim bait. This is probably one of my go-tos if I'm keel weighting a swim bait. And this is the Pro Blue color. So this is a blue and silver transparent mix. And you know what we always do. You know I'm going to pop one open. And I'm going to pull her out. Now the whale has a very unique design, as I've pointed out before. It does have those fins on the side, which does actually help in holding it up horizontally. A shout out to one of my subscribers who left a comment and said it might be easier if I put my hand up so that the focus. Well, I went one better, and I got a nice little card here. So now I can put the baits up here. Look at that, totally in focus. Totally in focus. So this is a very soft bait. Really, really soft through the tail, but firm through the body. So we've got a translucent belly with that nice silver flake going on. Really nice head shape. And the head shake on these when you've rigged them properly is just absolutely crazy cool. So that's cool. So usually on the 4-inch, I'll put those on a 4/0 weighted keel weighted EWG. And just run them as is. You can use these as trailers on larger baits and chatterbaits and stuff like that, but generally I'll reserve my my trailers for my limestone lures and stuff like that because it's a much softer plastic, much more malleable, and it just suits the purpose a whole lot better. Next we have panoramas. This is the first time the panorama's actually been in a 6-sack. And this is the 2-inch panorama. I do not have any of these. This is going to be specifically for drop shot. There's really no other reason to use this bait for anything but drop shot. These are just nice little plastics. Now, these are available up to 5 inches. These can get real big. And that's when you're going to be Texas rigging them, weightless, letting them float down, dropping them into little bedding areas and stuff like that. I don't know if it'll show better on the white. No, it will not. So there's the little teeny panorama. So it's just a little bait fish imitator. Very, very thin. Very soft plastic. So you will burn through these. Very, very small. An incredible level of detail on these too as well. I'll try and get real close here. Like, just an insane level of detail on these little guys. Like I said, this size, you're definitely going to throw on a drop shot. There's really no reason to use these as a trailer for anything, or this is just specifically straight up a drop shot bait. So for those of us on the St. Lawrence, this is going to be absolutely killer. What else do I got? Oh, speaking of drop shot, pack of size number 1 drop shot hooks to go along with that. That's pretty awesome, actually. What do we got here? We got the Axle Swim Jig. Now, we've talked about the Axle Swim Jig enough that you know what the deal is. This is a weedless swim jig with a swinging hook and a swinging bait lock. So that way you can transpose the bait and it goes completely weedless. So you can run it through the thickest of the thick and still have your nice swim bait presentation. Or swim jig presentation, sorry. This is the black and blue. And that's a 3/8 ounce. So that's my go-to weight for anything like that. So always good to have another black and blue. You can't go wrong. We got the treble heads in 1/8 ounce. Now this is very cool. Now the treble head is a little screw lock weight that goes in the front of your bait. And in the head, through the nose, and coming up through the back end of the bait, there's a little hole. And you run your line through that, and you run it out the top of the weight, and then you tie a treble on, and you make yourself a line through, an instant line through. Now the 1/8 ounce, I do have these in 1/4 ounce, and I do have them in 3/8 ounce, but I do not have any in a 1/8 ounce. So this will be good for the smaller version of the whale, like a 3/8 ounce or something like that, when I'm having trouble with the hookup ratio. If they're not taking the single hook, I can change into a line through, and I can put a treble onto the back of that bait. And I'll do a quick short, like a video short, of how to rig the treble head and create your own line throughs. To go along with those 4-inch whales, 4-inch 4/0 keel weighted underspin 1/4 ounce. There we go. These are absolutely perfect for teaming up with those Pro Blue 4-inch whale swim baits. So that's great. I'm seeing a lot of stuff geared towards smallie fishing in this bag so far. And we got the Speed Glide 100. Now, for those of you who have wanted to get into using glide baits, but did not want to go out and invest like $50, $60 into these big giant glide baits, this is a 100 millimeter, so 10 centimeter, so just over 4 inches, or about 4 inches. And this is the Speed Glide. Now, this is a glide bait, but it is a fast sinking, because it's 7/8 of an ounce. It is fast sinking. This one is in Ghost Bone Minnow, which is probably one of the best colors they make. And this is not about a slow retrieve. This glide bait is not the nice side to side glide thing. This one you want to work. You want to twitch it. You want to pull it. You want to give it quick gliding action. You want to bring it back to the boat quickly. That's right in the name. That's why it's called Speed Glide. So this is the Ghost Bone Minnow. And I'm actually going to switch around here. So that's the Ghost Bone Minnow. So you've got your olive on the top, and you'll see that little iridescent lavender line, and then it goes down to that nice ivory and chartreuse belly, and it's a translucent body, so you can see right through it. These things, once you get used to using these and really working it through the water column, you can get some absolutely amazing strikes, smallies and largies alike. Now, be forewarned, pike love these things. Absolutely love them. So if you know you're in a lake that's got a really good pike population, you might want to run a steel leader or at least a really heavy fluorocarbon leader. And last in the bag, we have got the Glitch. And I'd love to tell you the color, but I can't because it's an exclusive, which means only 6SAC subscribers have access to this color. Let's see what we got here. It's a laminate. It's like a black and green pumpkin laminate with red and green flake. This is cool. That is super cool. Now, these you can use as a trailer if you want. But I like to use these straight up. It's just straight drop shot. This is just a drop shot bait. Nothing too fancy about it. It does have that little swell in the tail to get a little extra movement when it's under the water, but this is a killer color. The black and the green, it's hard to make out the green because the laminate is so close. But you can see that flake rotating on there, and you can kind of see the transition when I spin it around. But that is a super cool color. I'm really digging that. So that is super, super cool. So we've got a couple different types of drop shot baits in the Glitch and the Panorama. We got the hooks to go with it. So I'm just throwing everything everywhere now. That's what you get for getting all this tackle. We got the treble heads, which would pair up nicely with the 4-inch whale as well as the underspin. So I could easily go line through or I can go underspin. We got the Speed Glide and we got the Axle. Not a bad sack. Again, a little more geared towards smallie fishing as opposed to largie. There's a lot of stuff in there that will work for largie too as well. But, you know, if you're really big into smallies or you live on the St. Lawrence like I do, this is a great sack to start with. You can go to 6centsfishing.com, go down to the 6SAC subscription, sign up. If you use JR Super 6, you'll actually save, I think it's $15 off the first sack. So it makes the sack like 15 American, something like that. It's like ridiculous. But every 6SAC, I believe it's $34.99 US. But you get $55 worth of bait in every single sack. So, I mean, you're turning a profit, and then every now and then they surprise you, like the 6SAC a little while ago that had the trace swim bait in it, where just that swim bait alone covered the entire cost, and then I got 8 other baits on top of it. So it's really a win-win. But I know you guys have seen the 6SACs before and stuff like that. You're here for the new. You are here for the new. And so we're going to get into it, and I'm going to show you the bait that just dropped. And it's a bait that I've been waiting for an entire year. And it is this guy right here. This is the 6 Sense Hush Topwater Hollow Body Frog.
Here it is. Magnum. Holy moly. Yeah, baby! That's what I've been waiting for! Dear God, it's beautiful.
Unique body shape. It has a keel-weighted core so that it always goes belly down. You never have to worry about it flipping over. Mid-length skirt. It has a hull plug, and the drain hole is actually on the top of the frog. The hull plug is around the hook, and so that it prevents water from getting into the frog. And then with the drain hole on the top, it prevents water from getting into the drain hole. So you're casting this a lot more times than you're squeezing it out, ever. They did the same method with the Vega Frog when they came out with the Vega Frog, but there are some very, very big differences between the Hush Frog and a Vega Frog. And I'm going to show you, because I have the Vega Frog here. The Vega Frog's been out for about 2 years. This is a walking, popping, and spitting frog. This isn't your traditional topwater. This is a more of an open water cruising frog. And that's it right there. Now you'll notice really long skirt, really long narrow body, popping front. This has also got a keel shape. So that body down at the bottom actually comes down to a point. So it works like the keel of your kayak or the keel of your boat. It keeps the frog upright and allows you to walk this frog, creating the spitting and noise from the front. Now, if you take the same thing with the Vega Frog, now let's look at the differences. So you can see there's a noticeable size difference here. The popping frog's much bigger. The skirts are much longer. But we're still looking at the same quality. So if you turn it over, you'll see right here, you'll see the weights on the bottom. So you've got a little bit of a weight here on the Vega Frog. And you've got your core weight here on your Hush Frog. And around the hook, you'll see that clear plastic. That's the plug. That's what keeps the water out. And that I have yet to have rip out of a frog. It is the only time I've had a Vega Frog take on water is when a pike hit it and split the side open. And then you'll have your drain holes right on the top. So two very unique and different sizes of frogs here. Now, so what are the core differences other than the size? Well, the Vega Frog, because the nature of the bait and how you're going to be fishing it, is very stiff plastic. Okay, it's stiff. It's still bendy. Like I can still get the hook points out. But what I found is that the hookup ratio on the bait straight out of the box was not that great. And the main reason is right there. The hooks point into the body and they expect the fish to bite down, exposing the hook points. Well, because the material of the Vega Frog is thicker than most, it wasn't depressing enough on the initial hit, on the initial strike, to release the hooks. So what I ended up doing was I ended up bending the hooks out so that they stood away from the body, and my hookup ratio went up like 500-fold. I was just slamming them after that. So a small modification to the bait increased the catchability of the bait, 10, 15 times over. And I don't mind doing that. I do think that they should probably have the hooks on the Vega Frog out a little further, just because of the nature of the bait, but I don't make it, so can't really say. But that seems to be the general consensus. A lot of the 6th Sense pros actually bend the hooks out on the Vega 2 as well. Now, the Hush Frog, on the other hand, the pros have said nothing about bending the hooks out because it's super, super, super soft. Like really soft. This is one of the more squishable frogs I've ever owned. But don't let that fool you. This is the same high quality material as the Vega Frog, but they've managed to keep the durability, but in a thinner base material. So what that means is there's no need to bend these hooks out because this body, upon impact, is just going to collapse. I've seen a lot of live fishing footage of some of the pros using the Hush Frog, and none of them have complained about the hookup ratio on the Hush Frog. And it's just I've been so looking forward to this. Now, the cool thing is I'm going down to Florida for Christmas for 8 days. I'll be out in the Jacksonville area, and there's a couple public lakes there where you can fish from shore. And down in December, the water temperature is just about perfect for topwater blowups in Florida. So I will be taking a handful of these down with me. Trust me. And I will try and get footage of that trip when I do it. Now, there's 14 different colors of the Hush Frog. I got 9. Yeah, I know. But I got 9 of them. So we're going to run through them right now, just so you can see the ones that I've picked up. So I picked up the ivory white. Come on. This is supposed to focus on the thing. So this is just a plain ivory white. A little bit of detail around the eyes and the nose. But other than that, it's just ivory white. Then I got the Black Magic, because you have to have black and white in your frog arsenal all the time. If you're not running a black and a white frog, you really are missing out. But that's got a little bit of blue detail. Really, really sharp looking. Really enjoying that. The one that you just saw, that's the Frogville. So this is just your more traditional, straight up, green leopard frog kind of deal, which is very, very cool. A little bit of blue detailing on the nose on him. Then there's something a little more crazy called the Lily Pad. Lily Pad is a bright yellow with the burgundy accents, burgundy spots all the way across. This is going to be really good for clear water. It's got the white belly with the black markings. This is really going to stand out in clear water. Stoked about that. The next one is the Hazard. The Hazard is a black and yellow leopard print. This is going to be very good for stained water and muddy water, darker water, because that's going to have a nice contrast. It's going to leave a really nice silhouette on the surface of the water. That's just a beauty of a frog. Then one of my go-tos right now in the Vega Frog. Oh my goodness, I'm terrible at this. It's the baby bullfrog. So the bullfrog, you'll notice, has the whiter belly as opposed to the Frogville. So that has your white belly for contrast in clear water. A little bit of brown detailing under the chin and on the nose. And a really nice bullfrog pattern on the back. This one was a little different. I saw it and I wanted to try it because it is something cooler. This is the 4K bluegill. So this is using bluegill coloration. So you can see the orange and the ivory on the belly, the leopard stripes and stuff, and then just your mossy green back. So this is going to have, again, more of a clear water presentation as opposed to murky. But it's a really cool thing. And then this one I'm actually really eager to try too. This is the warmouth. So the warmouth has the olive back, but then you've got this really bright lime color going down through the belly, and then the nice contrasting stripes on the side with a little bit of orange detail on the face. And all of the colors, you'll notice they carry that color palette down into the tails as well. So this is a really cool one, but by far my favorite, and the one that I'm going to be throwing most, and I bought multiples of, is the froggy bone. Because you know me and my ivory baits. This has a solid ivory belly going up into the leopard print on the back. Nice silhouette, green pumpkin legs. This is going to be just a straight up killer. An absolute killer in water up here. This will be good for stained water, clear water. It's not going to matter. The froggy bone is going to do the damage. This is easily my favorite bait color of the Hush Frog that they came out with. It's just absolutely stunning. The detail level's great. Everything's good. But I know I'm going to be throwing all of these different colors depending on the situation that I'm in. If I'm in an area where they're blasting off on bluegill and sunfish and stuff like that, I'll switch to the 4K bluegill. Things tend to start to darken up and stuff like that, I'll switch to the Hazard or the Black Magic. It gets really bright during the day or anything like that. I've got the ivory. I've got the lily pad. I've got the warmouth. These things are going to be able to go where I want them, when I want them. And that is the perfect thing for me. I absolutely love the color variations, but this froggy bone, I'm telling you, I'm going to have this one tied on a majority of the time. This is just an absolutely killer. So good. So good. But that's all I got for you today, guys. If you want to pick up any of your Hush Frogs, I believe they're $9.99 a piece. Head on over to sixcensefishing.com. Use JR10. You'll save 10% at checkout. And you can get that sent directly to your door, but make sure you use UPS as your delivery system. But that's all I've got for you today. Once again, thanks again to Mr. Remy Kerouac for doing this wonderful plaque for me. And if you enjoyed the unboxing, guys, and you want to see some more, and you want to see some more upcoming live fishing content, please leave a like. That's all YouTube cares about is the likes. But please subscribe as well. You know, come back and join us again. And until then, keep your heads above the water.